I did at one point. Crazy fucking yuck. Wouldn't let me have a cell phone.
Really?
Yeah, remember that? Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a cell phone. No, you're not. Oh, really?
And then I was like a bad influence on you because I had a cell phone. Like,
yeah.
Well, we're kind of in media, and we kind of need to be on top of shit.
I was like, if something happens in the car or something, you want to have a phone. Well, then get a car phone. Like, what am I, Mannix? My fucking Canon?
Get a
car phone? What year is this? The little pigtail antenna on the fucking back window? Bitch.
Everyone had cell phones.
Yeah.
We weren't. We were kind of late to the party. We really were.
Yep.
We were late to the cell phone party. I remember.
I got my first cell phone in 1999.
No.
Yep.
You didn't have one in Boston?
Nope. Nope.
Nah.
Swear.
So I must have got mine late in the Boston
She was
run.
so fucking much of a bitch that it was, again, this was how I dealt with my entire matrimonial year, was she was so much of a bitch, I would just not make an issue.
Oh, isn't that the worst?
I'd just be like, it's better to just not argue.
And it never changes. They never stop being a bitch.
No, they never stop.
They just never do.
So you might as well just lay into them. Fucking annoying.
That's why Anthony's enjoying his life now.
That's right.
I
I
know.
love that Anthony is fucking doing what he does.
Love
it.
I'm so separated from that whole time.
I truly
now.
know the
It's
shit
great.
you went through. Holy fuck.
You're not getting it. You get a car phone, so if there's an emergency, it's in the car. But I'm not going to sit around like you have a phone.
Why? Give me one reason. What if I said that? It would have been a big fight. She was one that, like, at 2 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep, I'll be like, I gotta get up for work, she'd fucking get on the bed and just be like,
Really? You got to get up? You got to get up?
and I'd sit there and just be like, you gotta let me sleep. You gotta let me sleep.
She would start an argument at that time?
Yeah, 2 in the morning.
Holy fuck.
And I'd be like, you don't understand this. You gotta let me sleep.
Holy fuck.
No, we got to fucking resolve this shit right now. I'm fucking...
It's 2 in the morning. Could you just please? I'm begging.
Would she be a little
just
buzzed?
shut up and a little. Fucking hammered.
It's just the worst.
I just hear horrible things and smell Jack Daniels.
But I would assume that you never really settled the issue, huh?
Nope. I know. Nope. It would have been so easy to just take my fist and roundhouse her off of the bed that.
Did you ever viscerally feel your fist, like what it would feel like to punch her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I imagined it so many times, but I just know where that leads to.
You can't do it.
No, it leads to domestics, and then you get your guns
And
taken
then all of a sudden
away.
you're the problem.
Yeah.
Well, that was long before you had guns.
You're the... Well, yeah. But I wanted them.
I really thought you had a cell phone in Boston.
No.
Wow.
No, I didn't have... I didn't have a cell phone
99, though. That means...
Till I left.
We were in New York for a year at that point.
It wasn't until I fucking left that house. Left her ass there. Wow. That I went out, and the first thing I did was buy a cell phone.
Wow.
Okay, right. Got one now.
Wow.
God, that was just a nightmare.
It's terrible.
Oh, was she the worst?
And they never stop being a bitch. That's the problem.
No,
It doesn't
constant.
change. It just doesn't change. There's nothing worse than a woman that can't stop being a fucking bitch.
No.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
Raggy, naggy hag.
God almighty. You want to pay for your own shit, idiot? Go ahead.
Take the garbage out.
You're home all day. How about you take the garbage out? Because that's not my job. What? Who doled out the jobs?
Wait, she said it wasn't my job?
Yeah. But who agreed on the jobs? Here's my idea of the jobs. I go to work and bring home a lot of money. You stay home and do every fucking thing. There. Even Steven. Take out the garbage. No. Feed the cats. It's your job.
Are we talking?
They ain't even my fucking cats.
If we're talking about this shit, my favorite thing was when we were all holed up in your mother-in-law's house, where she went to her mom's house every day after she was done with her little job.
Yeah.
And what drove me nuts watching your hell was you, and I had my own hell. I'm not sitting here like saying I was perfect, but we're not talking about me right now.
Yeah.
Then you would have to go there to get her because she didn't drive.
No.
And then you had to literally wait until she was ready to go home.
Yeah. Because they would sit and watch their videotaped soap operas.
It wasn't bad enough that you know, you drove.
And friends.
It wasn't bad enough you drove past where you lived to go get her every day.
Yeah.
And maybe get her quickly and go home so you can maybe enjoy your night.
Right.
You had to, and I was living there at the time, so I saw this going down. Yeah, obviously, Aunt was like, I'm done with my day. I want to go fucking home. But you had to sit there and wait until she was ready.
And there they were. First, I had to watch the entire hour of Days of Our Lives. Then the entire hour of General Hospital.
3 hours, right?
And then Friends, like, would come on.
So it was 2.5, 3 hours every no
day.
joke, every day.
Why did they watch the tapes?
Every fucking day.
Why did they? Thank you. Why did they watch them live? Why did they watch them videotape?
Because I guess they were both doing things. They were working, like the mother was working. She was working at some liquor store for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I would pop by because I had to pick her up. I couldn't just go home. Like, I just wanted to go home and hang out, watch TV, whatever,
Yeah,
go on the
relax.
computer.
Do your own thing.
And shit like that. But I had to go there because she couldn't get a mile. And it was 1 mile from the mother-in-law's house to my apartment. Couldn't get the 1 mile back to the house by herself. I had to fucking drive
Did you
there.
ever tell her I don't want to do this?
What, Jimmy?
You couldn't do it.
Now you're talking some kind of crazy
Is that
talk.
crazy talk?
How about another fucking 10 or 12 hours of utter and complete hell if I did that?
And you might be confused because you would think, well, why doesn't Aunt go home for 3 hours and then finally get her? There was some weird thing where she would get mad if you weren't there.
What are you doing? Why aren't you? Why? It was easier for me to just go there and just pour out huge tumblers of Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan and whatever I felt like that day, and just top it off with a splash of cola and down those at the rate of probably 4 an hour. And
Would you be watching these shows?
yeah, I would kind of just sit down on the couch and
Just fucking zone out.
Yeah, and zone out. I'm just looking around. And then I'd go upstairs, and there was only one TV. So unless I wanted to go into the mother-in-law's room and watch TV in there, but there were like 3 channels.
No, you weren't. I mean,
I know, I really had
I'm sorry to say this to you, but you
Why
really.
aren't you hanging out with me and Mom?
Yeah, you really weren't
Oh, what a
allowed.
treat.
You really weren't allowed to do that.
Just a pussy-whipped faggot
You
I
didn't
was.
want to hang out with her and Mom?
No.
It would be.
Ever.
It would be 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and they finally would leave every day.
And I'm like,
God.
Every
great,
day. And then
this
that
is
is night's
fantastic.
fucked at that point.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
More or less.
I want to go down to the bar in Ashland, grab a couple of beers, talk to real people, men.
People calling you a pussy, but the problem
I
is.
was a pussy.
No, but the problem is, and I think a
fast.
lot of guys could relate. Certainly, you know, you feel trapped. I was trapped in my stupid relationship way too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you don't even know how to fucking get out of it. You're like, you sit there one day and go, "How the fuck did I get here? And
Yeah.
now how the fuck do I get out?"
I should have gotten out of it a lot sooner.
We all would.
Would've
There's a
been lot
million
better
people that
off.
would say that today.
lot
A million
better off.
fucking people.
But whatever, it happened. That's what it was.
When
I was quite the pussy whipped faggot because I just was trying to keep away from confrontation, and from keeping away from confrontation, it was 10 times worse than the confrontation because it was more protracted. If you get a 1 week of shit that maybe if you would have like jumped on it and got the nuclear shit out of the way for like 1 day,
Right.
you wouldn't have to deal with a week's worth of shit. But I didn't put it in those terms.
And be fair about this.
Yes.
When should you have gotten out? Because I know when I should have gotten out of mine.
Yeah, I should have gotten out right before we went to Boston. I should have
So-
ditched her in fucking New York.
How many years were you married at that point?
Maybe 5.
95 we went up there.
Yeah, like 5 years.
5 years. And then you lasted another
5, almost.
5.
I should have just ditched her right in New York and
The funny
said,
thing is-
stay here, I'm fucking going to Boston.
My huge mistake, I moved mine up.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to go at first. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry that I have a
Oh,
much
shit.
better gig and there's opportunities for everybody up there. I'm sorry. She finally got up there, and then she ended up falling in love with Boston, and we were up there 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I should have left her up there, and then I lasted another 4 years.
You brought
It
her.
was so fucking obvious that it was over.
Yeah.
And she had a good job up there, and then she's crying hysterically as we're going through the tolls, listening to the radio station. Me and you were gonna fucking just take over.
Yeah.
And she's crying. I'm like, are you serious? This is an amazing opportunity, and you get to move back home. It's like, then stay up there.
Yeah.
Just stay up there.
Aren't they
And
annoying fucking women? Ugh.
But my problem is that's where I blew it. It was perfect to move on at that point, and I didn't. And I lasted another 4. You lasted 5. I lasted 4. 4 years I didn't want to do that shit anymore.
It's almost like sometimes you wonder. It's like you want everything paid for, and it's like great, that's cool, and you get it, and you have a decent life, Just shut the... Sometimes all they have to do is shut the fuck up.
But they're obviously not happy.
It's like, what do they want?
Well, I don't know.
If you're not happy, then fucking
Go.
say something
just
and leave.
move on.
Leave.
Leave.
Yeah,
If you're not happy and you stay, then you're staying for one fucking reason.
like
and that's
the perks.
money and the perks, right?
Yeah, she should have never came back.
Radio.
She never should have came back with me to New York.
I never should have taken her up to Boston.
And
I never should have fucked trannies.
I was.
At one point, we're on a ski slope, and she looks at me. She goes, "You hate me, don't you?" And I wish. Did
you just whoosh down the mountain?
I wish I answered that question that day,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I didn't.
What'd you say?
I don't remember.
You're like, no. What are you saying? What do you mean?
I kind of avoided it, I guess, but she fucking nailed it. I was done at that point. Done.
I never met Ant's chick, but I'm so blind, dude. I was around you and your girl a lot. I had no idea.
Yeah, because it wasn't like, she avoided all fucking conflict. So we,
But I mean, even the
couldn't
vibe.
we couldn't even work on, shit when maybe it would have mattered. Maybe, I don't know. I'm so far past that I don't even know anymore.
And the thing is, my fucking disaster was into girls too.
What?
She was into girls. So the whole thing before I even was able to like, hey, I'm in the radio and let's hook something up or something. She was already dragging girls over.
Why is that a problem? Mine was not into girls and not into men.
I'm just saying like that. So it wasn't like I should have saved the marriage because there wasn't any infidelity going on or anything. There was all kinds of shenanigans going on. I didn't give a shit.
There were already shenanigans.
Yeah, there was
what do you
already
mean you didn't give a
shenanigans.
shit? Like you...
Like it was one of those things where it was like things got kind of wild up in not really in Boston, but once we got back to New York, things got pretty wild. But they were wild before that. It wasn't like, oh, that spelt a doom for the institution of marriage. No, it had already happened. It was like, kind of a thing. So it wasn't like, the sacred sanctity of this fucking thing.
Would you be looking forward to banging other girls?
Of course. Oh, my God. It's great. There's one girl who used to work at the same bar she worked at. Oh, my God. We had a gig one night. I was fucking playing a gig, and she comes over and says she wants to come back with us, too. And I'm like, okay. I'm hammered. I'm driving fucking home, just trying not to get pulled over. I swear I'd have probably been responsible for killing a police officer if I would have gotten pulled over that night. I'm like, I am going home. I don't care what you say. I drove like a saint.
You would beg. I'm like, look, you see what I got here.
You see what's happening
You
here,
understand.
officer? Please.
You understand, right, sir?
Please let me go
When you're not in
home.
your uniform, you understand this
You
shit,
know
right?
this.
You understand this.
And you know this.
It's in your DNA, sir.
Oh,
So you got them home?
yeah.
And one was hotter than the one?
Well, one was my fucking wife. Who the hell wants that?
Did you want to fuck the other one more?
Yes. That's all I wanted to do. And then you got to lean over with your hand and acknowledge the fucking
Would
wife.
you have to fake attention to the wife
Of
while you bang
course.
the other one?
Of course. I'm giving a bad finger job like a fucking ninth grader to the wife. Meanwhile, I'm fucking exquisitely fucking the new chick.
Would you have been sad if the wife went downstairs and watched TV?
I'd have loved it. Get out of here. Usually the best part was she would normally drink so much that she would pass out. And then when she passed out, me and the other girl would just, continue for the rest of the night.
Oh, you would actually just keep fucking them?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Why not?
Were you guys fucking quiet or no?
No, it didn't even have to be. She would pass out to the point where a bomb could go off.
But wait,
Wow.
you would do it in the same bed or you just go upstairs?
No, we'd go on the floor or something.
Right next to the bed?
No, in the living room.
okay.
Did she ever wake up and go, what the fuck?
No, never.
So hot.
Never. But she used to always, there was that caveat. She would always be like, remember, no, I don't want anything going on unless, it's all three of us and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, no problem.
You're like, yeah, of course.
So she'd go to take a shower. Wham, 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 wham during the shower.
And the other girls went for it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Always. It's great.
I got to write something down.
Fucking
That's
perfect.
pretty fucking hot, man.
Oh, it was great. There was time over a fucking friend's house out on Long Island, and this other girl, and we took a bunch of tables and chairs and blankets and made like a fort. Just fucking fucked in the fort.
Who, you and the other girl?
Yes.
Where was the wife?
I passed out. Passed out somewhere.
How was the bang?
It was great.
Did you wear a condom?
Brand new. For half of it.
You pulled it off?
Jesus.
I don't know where it went.
I remember that.
Oh,
Can I say it?
Negotiations.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I was like, I was selling a new car.
The day that Aunt shows me a picture and goes, I'm bringing this picture home to start negotiations.
Start negotiations. Now, look at this. Sure, how would you like to ride in this beauty?
You get a picture of a girl that you wanted to fuck.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
said, okay, I could.
Yup.
And he goes to me, I'm bringing it home.
I'd be
to
like,
start negotiations.
I know she's into, because she was into girls. You know?
She was into it?
Yeah. She said, she goes, I think I'm like 40% lesbian,
Wow.
60% straight. Like, all right.
That's borderline, man.
I'll take the 40.
So then why would she give a fuck about you and her?
Because there was that whole there was a whole nother thing. You can't just say because that's happening, this'll happen, you know? Like, because that was happening is one thing, but she also had this weird thing in her head that this marriage was fucking, you know, precious.
She had an unnatural connection to you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she would almost like throw all that by the wayside to go have some fun.
I was just in
Why
it
not?
for the broads. I was just married for the broads. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
Just liked, you know.
Did she give good head at least?
Who, the wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually wasn't too shabby at that.
Do you ever jerk off to her?
Never. Oh, God. That would just go away instantly. Oh, God.
But is there anything like you could look back on and go, that was kind of hot that time? Like that moment? Can you picture?
Actually, the only time I could picture it really being even remotely hot, with all the shit that's gone on in between, it kind of put a
makes it hard,
damper
right?
on
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Was the very beginning when I just used to pop by your house every so often, before it was a relationship or anything, you know? Just go over there and just fucking...
But the night of your wedding, you knew you made a terrible mistake.
It was horrid. I know. She had gotten into fights with my mother, with my brother,
damn
just
it.
yelling and drunk.
God.
Isn't that amazing?
And then she's passed out. And they're going, oh, this is great. I don't even get to consummate.
Be careful. You might be having phone sex with Jimmy soon.
Oh, that's okay.
I got a full ride, but that's
first time.
medically
All right,
induced.
just be careful. It's borderline. I'm just watching out for you.
I love hearing this
Jimmy
stuff.
coerced intern man into phone sex yesterday on our show. I'm convinced of it.
I love this stuff.
Oh, it was fucking great.
It's so interesting.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
People's relationships falling apart is really interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because we've all had them. You know, like I've had them, and
The destruction of a relationship.
and what you don't see on the outside, like hearing it from that point of view, it's like you never would know that just hanging out, like all those fucking hellacious nights and.
That's just a lifetime ago.
Oh, it is. It's like,
I can't
barely remember
I have
any of
no
this shit.
I have no connection to that anymore.
None.
You know what I mean? Nothing. And that was like a big part of my life for so fucking long. It's like a lifetime ago. That's a different person.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine. Can't imagine that I hung in there as long as I did in my situation.
I am amazed I stayed in it that long. And again, I was always just trying to fucking wheel it. When we went up to Boston, we've talked about this many times. It's just I was on a constant fucking pussy hunt. I could give a shit. I did not give one flying fuck about my fucking wife.
We were so close to pussy at all times.
All times.
Were there any beer girls that you wanted to fuck?
Oh, all of them. All of them.
With the braces?
The beer girls, the Kahlua girls, the fucking...
Don't forget the post office Rocco live broadcast.
dude. Yeah.
We had some lap dancing
was
going on
just
in the back of the
always.
rock bus.
But, you know...
It was so close to having pussy at all times.
Then always in the back of the head would be this shit.
But why?
I don't know.
What was I sacrificing?
Right?
I don't get it sometimes.
Nothing.
Yeah, but you got to look at, like, you might have fucked up and had a kid early.
That's true.
Like, it's easy to look back and go, I should have done this, but you might have done it one night with a fairly hot chick, had a kid that was fucked up. She might have put on 40 pounds. Like,
yeah.
it might have worked out worse.
Or you might have just had a great night getting laid.
Or you might have fucked a tight asshole that milked your dick like a fucking shit-coated glove.
But I'm the protection-wearing kid. I wasn't going to get any fucking girls pregnant.
That's funny.
No fucking way.
Might have broke.
Shit-coated glove.
Yeah, it might have gripped your cock like a fucking, like a worm. Like picture a worm opening up and just grabbing your cock velvety. Velvety. Not
Velvety?
Even, yeah, not even rough shit, but smooth,
No.
silky shit.
Oh, God damn.
When I think about all the fucking girls that we could have fucking had, man.
Well.
And then going home every day with some weird fucking attitude
problem
thing in the air.
The attitude is the worst, man. It's not even fucking the same person.
And it was
the
always
attitude.
just there, wishy-washy. It wasn't even like an actual fucking thing you could put a finger on it.
How bad is this? What's wrong? I know something's wrong. I can see. Just tell me.
I can't tell you.
Nothing.
I can't tell you how many times I just beat the shit out of my steering wheel because I was so frustrated that this person would not fucking talk and tell me what the fuck is the problem.
I wish mine would have shut the fuck up. See?
Yeah, it was complete
That's how
opposite.
that worked.
Oh.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Aunt's wife never had a problem telling Aunt what the problem was, and mine never fucking spoke.
Dude, do you remember when she would tell a story? It would go on forever.
She was a good storyteller?
Oh, God. It would go every little bit of minutia, the fucking things that didn't matter would come into the story. It was the color of the fucking tire.
It was the classic drinking babble.
Yes.
You know, when have a few in you, you kind of maybe over-explain things.
So what happened today at work? Well, this guy, liquor salesman, came in. His name's Bill? Yeah. Bill. And he pulled up in the truck. You've seen it before, that white truck with the red lettering on it. Have you seen that? Yeah, it's that truck. And, it's got a trailer hitch on it. And I don't know why. I've never seen him haul it. Shut up!
Would you get bored?
I would start, my eyes are darting back and forth like a fucking crackhead where I was trying to find a way out. My fight or flight reflex actually clicked in during one of her stories.
Would she ever start talking in front of people and you'd get embarrassed? Like, oh, fuck.
Constantly. Constantly. I'd have to, like, turn away or make a loud noise to punctuate them. Like, yeah.
Oh, you'd have to make a...
enable her fucking conversation.
I think we were successful because we were in bad relationships, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm convinced of it
definitely.
now.
We dove in head first into work.
And we weren't willing to fucking, start fooling around and really fuck up our personal lives.
Yeah.
We just kept that status quo, which meant, we wanted to stay away from our houses, which allowed us to spend more time working on our fucking radio show at the time.
Yeah.
I really believe that's one of the reasons.
Who wanted to go home?
Ended up being successful.
God, the one joy I had was playing fucking Half-Life. I'd get home and play Half-Life on the computer. It was like one of the first real first-person shooter games that had an immersive story, and for the time, the graphics were unbelievable, and I fucking was fully immersed. Just wanted to play this game and finish it. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's going to end soon. Don't worry. But, boy, anytime I jumped on that computer and was having a good goddamn fuck time, that fuck would come over and, what are you doing on the computer? Spend some time. Sit here. What, and watch Dharma and Greg with you?
You had to watch Dharma.
She loved it. Fuck.
That could be one of the worst shows ever.
It was horrible.
Wait, when would you be talking with a group of people and she would start with a story and you'd be like, oh, you fuck.
Oh, at a party at the bar, at like
Jimmy's not past the
holiday
story.
events.
I can't get over that.
I think she would start telling stories. And she had to have these big, long fucking fake fingernails. And they were giant, like clickety-clackety giant. And it was just for the attention. So people would be like, oh, nails. Oh, yeah. I get them done at this place in Huntington. This girl, Barbara. Barbara? I said, Barbara, she does it. It's right off of Main Street. And you make a left. And then, actually a right. The taco place is on. Have you ever been to that place? It's so good. They make the best Mexican food. And you're like, and I swear, I'm not even like exaggerating.
Right.
It would go like this. And I'd sit there and go like, yeah. So the nails. And I have to get her back on track.
You had to codependently get her back on track.
Without me seeming like I'm trying to, because then she'd get mad at me.
Because you were humiliated for yourself and everyone listening.
Horribly.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was so bad,
That's
Jimmy.
terrible.
It was horrible.
We used to do a lot of dinners back then, and she would talk the entire fucking time. And me and Ann would just look at each other.
I just wouldn't
We would
shut
just
up.
look at each other like...
Blah, 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 blah.
But we already talked a lot that day, so it didn't matter
we were fine.
that much, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, but Dharma and Gray. So
Dharma and Greg.
Not Dharma and Greg, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So So I would almost understand if you're obsessive about your video game and your wife or your girl wants to do something else.
Right.
But then to pull, and I'm saying almost, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
In all fairness.
Yeah.
But then she pulls you away from something you're really enjoying so you could sit down and watch this shitty show.
And by the
How
way,
is that quality time is what I'm getting at.
sit down and resent her now.
Right.
Now I'm not only watching a shitty show,
Right.
but if I was in good company, I'd goof on the shitty
But
show.
why wouldn't you just continue watching your video?
I know.
I asked this knowing.
I know, because, oh boy, would it have been a fucking disaster.
Did you ever tell her, like, why don't you watch that dumb show? I'm busy. Shut up.
What?
Oh, is that
Are you crazy?
That would have been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Are you crazy? What?
She was intimidating, Jimmy.
And she
He was
hated
fucking intimidating.
the word cunt. She hated that word more than anything ever. So I would use it as an atomic bomb every so often, very rarely. But usually, chicken shitty under my breath. She'd be upstairs. She'd go upstairs. You fucking asshole. You're an asshole. And I'd be like, fucking cunt. What? And I'd hear, what? What did you say?
I used to. Oh, if we're gonna be fair
mad.
here, I actually liked her when she was sober, and then there was this thing where when I did well, but I didn't.
You didn't?
I wasn't married to her, but I mean, she was pleasant enough when she was sober. But then there was always a timing issue with me when the beer started flowing, and then you guys would go with the shots.
Yeah.
You could never fucking tell, especially back then, when he was fucking drunk. Your personality.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm serious. Your personality kept like this, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But hers, you would watch the personality start changing in
Her
front of your
face would
eyes.
shift. It would be like kind of smiling and everything, and her eyebrows are up, and her eyes are open. And then it turned into this, one half of the mouth would go down, her eyebrows would go down, her eyes would be half masked, and she'd get this furrow above her nose, and it would just be like, fuck you.
And pure evilness would just come out.
Yeah.
But I'm serious.
Within one shot.
Huh?
Within one shot. Like, she could have 5 shots.
Right.
And the fucked up thing is, it would vary. Like, I couldn't count the shots and go, oh, next one's going to be the one. It would be like 3 shots, and then the 4th one puts her over the top. Or it could be 6.
And we were all-
the 7th one. But it was one that she'd go from 0 to fucking 60 with one more.
But your whole night's worried about that, right? Like
Yes. And I used to have talks with her before we went out and
Right.
say, please. I go, please, look, we're talking right now. Everything's cool. Yeah, everything's cool. When we go out, I know you're going to be drinking and stuff, but could you just remember this moment? I go, remember this very moment. And when I remind you of it, please remember this, that nothing's wrong. We don't have any problems between us. Oh, I know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. And she'd have the shots, and then she'd be like, fucking asshole. I'd be like, there's no problem here. Remember when, fuck you, with your remember shit.
It was.
And there was no reason,
Jimmy, it was unbelievable.
no fight.
And you would watch it change in front of your eyes.
And I
the
used to have to
stress
sit
of
there.
that.
And I always knew I had maybe an hour. I was in that world for an hour, maybe 2, and then, obviously I go home.
Yeah.
And then thinking, oh, fuck, this isn't going to end.
If I just would have waited another hour to take her to the hospital during that ectopic pregnancy. Just waited one more fucking hour.
Did you ever actually think that?
Oh, yeah. During the divorce, I did. One more hour.
That would have saved you a lot, huh?
Yeah, certainly would have. But Anthony was all ooh
Being
at
a
that
good guy,
time.
yeah.
It was early on too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I didn't have that animosity yet.
You can't
so
watch
I
somebody
rushed her
die.
right to the hospital.
Of course.
Animosity.
But yeah, oh God, that would have been something. Just hey, don't worry about it. Go to bed. It hurts now, but it'll go away. Just watching the fallopian tube go off like a sprinkler hose.
But you would have to. I'm amazed. Like, I've been in those codependent ones.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where you watch the drinkers start, but never like that long. And that's amazing to me to have the pressure of that.
It's
fucking
constant.
The approval, like, oh, please, the making it all okay. Like,
It's a
such
constant
work.
game and job. It's a constant job of keeping or thinking you're keeping everybody from finding out the truth, all the people that are hanging around, all of my coworkers, friends, family, things like that. I'm constantly fucking juggling and spinning plates to try to keep everyone from knowing what's really happening.
Would you ever be humiliated by her like that around your coworkers?
Yeah, fucking one time with Brucey Mittman at the bar at one of our appearances.
Well, she might have been laying actually next to the bar.
Oh, right. She was on the floor, laying on the floor next to the bar. That's right.
Late into our Halloween party.
Yeah, she was.
Granted,
asleep
everyone
on the
was
floor.
drinking. But see what I mean, Ant would go drink for drink with her, but his personality wouldn't change. It really wouldn't change.
I know, it was quite amazing.
To see a person's personality change that drastically within a dinner was just unbelievable.
Mr. Hyde.
Ant winds up getting a little louder, and he repeats himself.
Yes.
But he doesn't turn into a dick.
No.
I just
I know
like
he's
fun.
drunk, but he's not a dick.
I
No.
just like fun.
And that, and that, Anthony, that takes a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm talking a basic,
few drinks. I pretty much
fucking the same.
So wait, she was laying on the floor while
laying
your
on the
boss
floor,
was
and
there?
there's my boss. Anthony, what's with
Up
your
against the
wife?
bar. The bar at this point was, not as many people.
What's with the wife? Yeah, I know. Come on, get up. You got to get up.
Oh, she didn't want to get up?
No.
You had to put her over your shoulder?
No, I didn't that time. I just kind of picked up by the arm and threw her on the fucking bar stool and said, chill out.
And Brucey went backstage to try to find pot that he could smoke with young women.
Yes.
All right, Bruce, let's relax. You had your issues too.
What's worse than a chick that starts shit with other people?
Yeah, she would do that.
Is that
too,
terrible?
Yeah. Just start shit with other people. Fuck you. You're a fucking asshole. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm sunk.
Hey, when a chick mumbles to another man. Patrice talked about this one time when he was in there. About a chick that will mumble or say something to another man, and then you're supposed to step in.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing?
No. And it's because they know they're not going to get hit. Yeah.
But by the way, Patrice, so many people are tweeting me, and now they're getting mad. I don't have an update.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm not.
We wish we
I guess
did.
I'm avoiding the tweets because I don't have an update. And now people are really fucking mad that I'm not getting back to them. Well, here's your update. I don't have any updates.
We've talked to his girl. We don't know. I mean, it's a slow process.
Yeah, please don't get mad at me.
It's not a broken ankle.
This thing is killing us. But I don't have an update. The day when these guys announced on the radio, that's all I know to this day. That's all I know.
Yes, I'm glad you said that because I get the same thing, and I'm not trying to not tell people.
Yeah.
It's not like I have inside information like, oh, this is exactly where we just don't know, man. It's very frustrating for all of us. You think you guys are frustrated? He's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
We all love him. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
You're even closer, though, obviously.
But I'm saying it's like we are dealing with that too. It's not like just the fans are.
Right.
We want to know as well.
It fucking sickens me every day, to be completely honest with you.
It's horrible.
I get sick to my stomach over it. But we don't have an update. Nothing.
Yeah, wish we did.
I love those Boston stories.
One of those nice change of topic. Other one is like, I don't know which stories are more tragic. Right. Yeah, well, yeah, those Boston days were just a blur to me.
I can't get enough of Ant's marriage.
The best of times and the worst of times. Yes.
Yeah, he's got the best stories. I mean,
anytime we could get the fuck away, it was golden. Me, you, fucking Jay, we'd fucking just take off and hit a bar, and it was like, great, the bitches aren't here. We could just hang out and laugh our asses off without worrying about some inane interruption.
God, that would have been a great gig if we were just single. Holy, can you imagine?
No.
I think people listening to us right now love the fact that we weren't getting.
Oh, I know. It was just this giant cock block machine that was running
constantly there.
Damn.
What idiots. We're fucking idiots. There was no reason not to.
No.
We weren't risking anything in the end.
I know. It was all for naught.
Imagine like we went skinny dipping. We go back to the skinny dipping story. We come home
with the Kahlua girls.
We come home smelling like seaweed.
Yep.
What was the worst thing that was going to happen? They were going to pack their bags together and go back
leave?
to New York, which means more skinny dipping.
Hallelujah.
Right.
That would have been great.
We're fucking dickheads.
Oh. And a divorce at the rate I was making in fucking Boston would have been That would have been nice.
You should have been rubbing the seaweed on your
Oh,
body.
I know.
Make sure.
Believe me, stripper sparkles on my head before I go home. Everything.
Right.
Fucking whore perfume.
See, in the end, that
Lipstick. I just should have gone to the drugstore, gotten lipstick, and drawn a circle around my fucking ball bag and dick. Yeah, what? Oh, shit, yeah, I guess so.
Would you ever be talking to a chick in a bar when she was there and like you thought it was going to go somewhere, but then she fucked it up?
dude.
I couldn't even get that close. Yeah, that was it.
I got the best chick story. One day, and I guess it was based on your wife, we all agreed to go to a strip club. What strip club? Tens?
Tens Show Club.
So we go in, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be fucking kind of cool and a little different. I'm, with my girl, she agrees to this. We go in, and then she's staring at me to make sure I'm not looking at anybody. So then I start staring at a beer tap. I remember this like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to deal with it. I'm like, why the fuck are we here then? Why are we in this strip club then?
Meanwhile, she's flirting legitimately with a guy at Mother Anna's, the fucking waiter.
Oh, she flirted
over
with
there.
a lot of guys.
Holy shit.
And I was a good-looking fucking guy, man.
Still are.
I was a good-looking fucking
What do you mean
guy.
were? Still are.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
I was
that's
just
funny.
And if I ever met one.
I know Mother Anna's guy, openly she flirted with.
Yeah.
The drummer for the Nixons.
All right.
Every time the Nixons came to town, she just loved the Nixons, but it turned out she was in love with the drummer.
Yeah.
And would openly flirt while me and Aunt and everyone else is standing there. And I'm like,
And that's like real shit. And strip
is
clubs
real shit.
Strip clubs is nothing.
Did
That's
you
like
say
fucking,
anything though? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like afterwards, at least.
It's so long ago, I wasn't happy, but it was just this fucking place I was in. I was lame too, man. And then we went to Turks and Caicos, and one of the fucking Circus Soleil guys was out with her to all hours of the night. And I
Where
hear
were you?
I was tired, so I went home early. And she's like talking to the guy outside my room. And I opened the
right,
door. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck? Oh, he walked me home.
Was that the fucking trapeze guy?
Yeah, the trapeze
How do
guy.
you compete with a trapeze guy?
I had a beer belly back then. We're upside down with our beer belly fat in our own faces. And
On
like,
purpose,
how do
he
we,
made us look foolish.
Yeah, how do we compete with that shit? I was scared to go up the tiny little ladder, and she's like, oh, look at his muscles.
He's like, come on up here. We show you how
Right.
to do the trapeze. And we're like, oh, okay. And we got these bad shorts on. He's wearing the big cock bulge fucking tights. And we go up there with these bad cutoffs. And he's like, grab on and spin your leg over the top. And then you go down and I'm hanging by one arm and one leg. My yam bag is falling out.
yeah. And then, it
Looked like a hanging. It didn't even look like I was as graceful as a hanging.
what ends up happening, then the trapeze guy pretty much got to save you because you're scared shitless because
Yeah.
you've never done this shit before.
Just drop onto the net.
And then, fast forward a few hours later when we're all hanging out. Of
Where
course,
were you guys?
that was like
Bahamas.
Of course,
Turks and Caicos.
that's a turn on
Turks and
to
Caicos.
our women.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden they're just talking to the trapeze guy.
Where were you with the trapeze guy after that? Like, you guys didn't just leave? Where did you go that he was still with you guys?
It was Club Med, so I mean,
Yeah,
it was
so
a-
they
it
were
was
all
one
over.
big
Everybody's around?
fucking-
Okay.
always
happy
around.
fuck family.
Always a fucking round. And then of course I'm like, well, fuck, this nothing's going on here. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to sleep. Oh, all right, I'm gonna stay out a little while.
And how many hours later did
And
you...
then I learned that she was pen paling the guy after we got back to Boston.
boy.
I learned that.
Do you think anything happened while they were there?
I don't know.
You think they fooled around?
I don't know. I got absolute fucking suspicions, but I don't have I don't have any info.
Would she have banged him and then talked in front of the room? It's like, that's a little weird.
She probably, I don't know.
You think she blew him?
No.
Jerked him off?
No, man. I don't think she was into any of that shit. I
So
don't know
they're
what she
pen
was
pals
into.
writing or emailing?
Maybe not with
This was before the email,
How'd you find out?
I found out a letter came or something.
Yeah.
You saw one of his letters?
Oh, boy.
Was it inappropriate or was it...
No, I didn't read the fucking letter. I'm like, what the fuck is this about? Oh, we're just keeping in touch.
Yeah, keeping in touch. Why?
As he's a trapeze guy around the world, and I'm
For
some
what?
fucking shock jock about to blow up my spot.
Yeah, about to be fired. About to be an unemployed shock
I
jock.
should have went and fucking joined the circus.
You didn't ask to read the letter?
This is so many years ago, I don't remember.
Oh, I would have asked to read it.
No, I think I was like kind of in Ant's boat where I didn't want a fucking deal.
Yeah.
I was lame, I'm telling you.
But then if it's not a bad letter, you apologize.
Obviously, she wasn't into
genuinely-
me. She's openly flirting with the drummer from the Nixons, the guy from Mother Anna's, the fucking trapeze guy. And then, of course, even the Blacker the Night guy from Club Med.
Hendel. Hendel, man.
Our women loved Hendel.
It's all good, man.
Boy, did they
it's
love Hendel.
Hendel, it's all good.
God damn, did they love Hendel.
Hendel was skewering every girl that fucking went down there.
He was one of those shiny black guys.
Oh, was he shiny and
so
pitch black?
Did he have it down, though, the rap with the chicks?
Oh, everything.
This guy's body was literally solid from head to toe. He didn't have a hint of a fucking fat cell on him. He was 4 probably?
That's it. He could stand against a wall that was painted gloss black and disappear.
But he had a personality on him, man.
What did he do?
Hey, man, he was like the ringleader.
All he did was work girls. Look at this guy.
That was his job. Was
Look at this
to
fucking
just
guy. Everyone knows Hendel.
Oh,
Anyone
boy.
that has gone to Club Med in Turks and Caicos in the mid-'90s especially knows this fucking guy.
He has a very
Hendel,
happy
man.
smile. Like, he looks like a
boy,
nice
did he.
guy.
Why wouldn't he?
This guy put up numbers, man.
Why wouldn't he?
You can admit he's a good-looking black guy, man.
You think you ever fucked a lot of chicks?
Oh, my
So
God.
many girls.
He has the long hair. He looks kind of exotic. Think they wanted to bang him?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Of course. You come down with your girl all pasty white from New York City because you're working a real job, and then you got this guy that doesn't have a hint of fucking
Right.
fat on him.
Oh, my ex would not have wanted to fuck him.
Oh, no.
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 She would have had some choice words for me if I had suggested it.
She don't like those people.
Nah, she's
Well.
not a big fan of black guys.
Yeah, Hendel was making
This guy
the
was
rounds.
knocking back numbers, though, man.
Yeah.
Multiple numbers per week.
Is he still there, you think?
I don't think
I think
so.
he went to some other place, and now it's just been years and years.
Oh,
so
okay.
Who knows?
Why are there so many pictures of him online? Where do you...
Everyone
He's
knows
fucking.
Hendel.
He was
I'm
the
telling
guy.
you, he was one of the main guys at Club Med, especially at Turks and Caicos.
He was like the host of the Club Med at Turks. Like, he would be the guy that greeted you when you got out of the van.
Was he
and-
always smiling?
Always.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Everything was all good. Just leave your luggage here, man. Go to your rooms, freshen up a bit, and then we'll be out here. Your bags will be in your place. And I'm sitting there going, I'm not leaving my fucking bag here with these people.
I would bet a lot of money. I don't know for sure that this guy was fucking separating girls while their husbands or boyfriends were on the Club Med property
Oh, fuck yeah.
getting shit done.
I don't doubt it.
He wasn't just going for the single ones. Whatever
Yeah.
he wanted, he would fucking work.
Any of them.
Yeah, you don't blame him. I don't blame him. He's working at Club Med and he's a fucking single guy.
Yeah.
You don't know these fucking people.
Maybe he didn't ever fraternize with the girls because he felt it was inappropriate in a work environment.
Jeez, this guy, you could just see it on his face. You could see it on his face. He had a lot of pussy. Let's say hi to Brian. Brian.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Yes, I taught trapeze in Club Med in like 98 through late 99.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I was down there with Hendel.
Oh, you were?
You know Hendel, right?
Oh yeah. He's still with the club. I think he's over in Australia now.
Yeah, why would you ever leave Club Med?
I know.
Yeah, I
really.
know.
Why would you ever leave?
Yeah. I taught trapeze down there too. That was what I did.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you made us look foolish. I don't think you're the guy that taught us.
Yeah, I don't think
but-
you're the guy either.
Yeah.
But,
No, yeah. It's the guy was he French?
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think I know him because I was on the team with him when I was down there. Then I left, came back to the States. He stayed on, and I still keep in touch with him. I know who he is.
Yeah, how about that? Why don't you
Yeah.
forward his fucking email address to
Yeah.
Opie's ex?
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
That guy keeps in touch with everybody. He just likes to
know.
talk to people. He's lonely.
Certainly does.
I'm too busy hanging upside down.
Yeah.
I was just
Hamburger. Shut up.
I was just stupid. I learned how to
think I
enable
made-
from
We
my
all were.
fucking father. That's what it comes down to.
We
don't
were
take
stupid.
Why take care of your own happiness when you should take care of someone else's and sacrifice your own?
You know what?
That's what I learned growing up. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks
God
a
for
lot,
the radio
Dad.
show, though. Thank God for the radio show, though, because the radio show was the happy part.
Oh, yeah,
and the
it
part
was.
we wanted to be at.
I mean, it is. Excuse me.
And then the and then the relationship part sucked ass So you wanted to be on the radio part more, you know? And I think I think I'd have ditched the wife if I was knocking tin and putting up with that aggravation. But I think the fact that I was doing radio and it was fun kind of made the miserable relationship thing like second. I could give a shit about it.
I mean, if you really want to break it down, I was.
Break it down.
I'll speak for myself. I think I was scared that if I did do the right thing in my personal life, that it could have fucked up our gigs. Like it would have been too much of a distraction and too much. You know what I mean? Too much
Maybe,
shit.
yeah.
And I just wanted everything to just be fucking status quo because we knew we were on a rocket ship.
Yeah.
And that I always said to myself, I'll get to that eventually.
Yeah, I'll deal with that. It was definitely secondary. I remember
Which
one
is
time.
stupid now.
She talked about that whole thing. It's like, our relationship is secondary to your job. And I'd have to be like, no, it's not. Oh, no,
Was
no,
it?
but
Of course it was.
secondary. How about fucking fifth on the list? Of
course it
Behind
was.
like something good to eat now.
Of course it was. Of course.
Fucking behind Razzles.
What?
That's an old candy.
Oh, Razzles. I was thinking, stupid me, I'm always thinking rock clubs. Behind Razzles.
Shit.
Should we take a break?
I'd had it.
Someone called me a cuckold.
Oh.
What are you going to do?
It's only a cuckold if it
I was-
kind of turns you on.
Nah, no, never.
But I'm just saying that's what a cuckold is.
No,
a
I was
guy
fuck-
whose wife flirts.
I
is-
abso-fucking-lutely was lame. So,
That would annoy me. I like cuckold stuff. I think the idea of it can be sexy, but if someone did that to me for real and flirted, like if that was one thing, my ex and I would fight, but she didn't do that. Like her faults were like,
it was almost
not that. I would have fucking screamed at her. I could never handle that.
and probably could speak for it better than me, but it was always kind of just like a cute thing she did, but then you wonder, right?
What's that?
When she was flirting.
Oh. Yeah,
Because
you wonder.
it was always kind of like there was an innocence about it, so you're like, that's just.
Let me tell you something. It made me uncomfortable.
There you go.
That time of Mother Anna's, it made me uncomfortable.
What was the why?
There
What
you
is
go.
the
Because she
flirting?
was gawking over this guy.
This guy loved
And this
her,
guy
too.
was
He fucking loved her.
making eye contact with her, and they were like making these little smiles and eyes. Like I was paying a lot of attention to what was going on, and it was uncomfortable. Yeah.
Thanks for telling me so many years later.
Yeah, no problem.
Just like I helped you out.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for fucking. You drove me to that fucking place every day that she lived, that house.
What?
You drove me home every day. Every other day. What? You couldn't have pushed me out on the expressway?
I know, we're just idiots.
Fucking kick me out. Let me tuck and roll. Hope for the best.
Man, you just leave them behind.
I know.
Give them their own U-Haul.
Any guys out there, if you're thinking about it, just leave.
But how do you move a bad relationship from one state to another? That's stupid.
That is really dumb.
Think about that.
We dragged that fucking rotting meat of a relationship both of us had across a couple of states.
That's dumb.
Do you want to get married again?
And then back again.
Aunt, do you want to get married again?
No!
Jimmy's an
Holy
You
shit!
never know, though. I mean,
Everyone says that. It's like, no, you'll get... And I've seen these guys have been married 2-3 times. And like, yeah, you ever could think you get married again? I go, no fucking way. And they're like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But apparently not the same thing because you got married again. If you were thinking the same thing, you would say to yourself, I am never, ever getting married again. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. I'll take my chances lying in a hospice like Joe Frazier with no one around me. I could give a shit if I have a wife or kids or any of that shit.
Well,
Give me fun now.
See, I always wanted to be married to the right person. At least, thank God, it wasn't that.
you
dumb.
like being married, though. It's at least you enjoy it.
I'm up to almost 3 years. I'm definitely all in. I'm loving it. But thank God I didn't do that shit. We're a kid. Oh God. How the fuck do you do that after a relationship is busted up?
That I couldn't imagine.
How the fuck do you do that?
I've said it before. I couldn't imagine having to be in some kind of relationship with her because we had a kid. I would fucking, I'd be.
She would still be all over your shit.
in my life, on my shit. It's like once the divorce thing was over, it was over.
You knew.
And
There was no
imagine,
connection.
imagine fucking having to go through with a kid and having to see her and deal with her horse shit and her dumb stories and fucking me still having to pay her money. Ugh!
I feel really sorry for the people that have to deal with that shit.
Thank God I
There's a
pulled
lot of them
out.
out there too.
Thank God I was pulling out. I was fake coming. I was fake coming in you.
Were you really?
She probably
Yes!
knows by now. She probably knows.
Good. Fake coming. All the doctors we went to that couldn't figure out why you couldn't get pregnant. Because I wasn't coming in you. I saved the cum for the toilet bowl. You know, the thing I could talk to.
How great is that? Fake coming.
Oh, yeah. I'd shiver and shake and make the cum face.
And then what would you do? Go jerk off in the
And I'd
toilet?
be like, well, yeah, let me go rinse off.
You didn't want a kid?
No, not with her, that's for sure. I didn't want a kid anyway, but I didn't want one with her.
I think I whacked off more in my 30s than when I was a teenager.
Oh, my God. So I was just a spanking fool. Boy, if that little Mac fucking, the first one that Rocco got us,
Yeah.
he got us those 2 Macs that fell off the truck. If that thing could talk,
Yeah.
if that screen was a two-way and could
Yeah.
talk about what it saw, all it would see is me sitting there spanking constantly and trying to get my sperm count down.
I wasted
my
my
dummy came home.
I wasted my good-looking years over a toilet.
Looking at your reflection in the toilet water.
So stupid. God. That's why we really need time machines, for real.
Oh, my God.
Go back in time and do it right.
I'd be like, what are you doing?
Right.
Live.
Live.
Oh, God. Fake coming.
That's great.
Had to. Oh, I think I'm ovulating. Oh, I'm taking my prenatal vitamins.
Ew, who the fuck wants to hear that when you're getting blown?
Not me. But she was talking about her prenatal vitamins that she was taking every day. Oh, man.
You didn't want her to be the mother of your child?
Ooh. Boy, even then I knew. And now, in hindsight, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for not letting one of those boys smash into that egg and wiggle its little tail and start that fucking cell-splitting thing. Oh.
God, you would fake cum and then go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's great.
Jack off, come back. Yeah, that was great. What's on TV?
Can we take a break? I have to pee so bad, my body temperature just dropped, and I'm
It's
clenching
like
my ass cheeks.
You have coolant.
I'm certain. Look,
That's a piss.
I got a leak.
If we're breaking, I want to announce something and plug it before you go.
Please make it really
Well,
quick.
if you go right now, we'll just, I'll plug
yeah.
it. Go. I'll plug it, and then we'll
Okay,
just stop.
that's all.
Well, obviously this weekend I'm at the brokerage in Long Island.
I'm going.
Saturday is sold out.
Nice.
I think Friday's available.
forgot about that gig.
And we've added a second show for the Borgata. The first show did sell out, like it said it would. It's the January 15th Sunday, which is, I think, Martin Luther King birthday weekend, so almost everybody's off that Monday. Yes, the Borgata. Myself, Artie Lang, Doug Stanhope, Dave Attell. The second and final show, because the event center is not available for late shows, so we can only do 2. Sunday, January 15th, tickets go on sale this Friday at 9 a.m. at theborgata.com. There will be no pre-sale, because it almost sold out in pre-sale last time. So this time it's just a public on sale
Nice.
this Friday morning.
All right. We'll figure out what to talk about next.